More opportunity does not always mean you are ready for expansion. Sometimes the pressure to grow appears before your structure can hold what you are asking to receive. That is why a promising season can feel heavy. You may be working harder, watching possibilities multiply, and still feeling unable to move without risking what you already built. The question is not whether you deserve more. The question is whether your habits, systems, and decisions can protect more. Lion's Gate becomes useful, not as a promise, but as a mirror for the difference between wanting growth and having room for it. If you have been pushing toward a larger income, a bigger role, or a wider audience, this tension can become personal. You may call yourself inconsistent because one part of you wants acceleration, while another part keeps slowing the plan. You may compare your pace with people who appear to be scaling faster. You may interpret every delay as evidence that you are missing courage, discipline, or favor. Yet, the strain is not imaginary. Expansion adds decisions, obligations, exposure, and consequences. What looks like hesitation may actually be your awareness noticing that the next level requires more than ambition alone. August 8th, 2026, can be treated as a symbolic checkpoint for that capacity. Truth. The date does not cause profit, opportunity, or loss, and it does not reveal anyone's destiny. It gives language to a business pattern. Pressure expands faster than preparation. Numerology is useful here because it reads numbers as symbols of rhythm, sequence, and maturation rather than as guarantees. The repeated 8 can become a prompt to examine power, value, responsibility, and the weight of more. The signal is not to chase a larger outcome. The signal is to measure whether your foundation can carry one without cracking. Long before modern personality charts, number philosophy appeared in ancient Greek, Egyptian, and Pythagorean traditions as a way of considering harmony, proportion, and life rhythm. Numbers were not only labels, they were patterns of movement. In that older view, repetition invited observation. What is growing, what is consolidating, and what must mature before the next turn. Applied to wealth, this lens does not tell you which deal or price to choose. It asks a disciplined question. Does the pattern of your resources match the size of your ambition? Or are you trying to make scale compensate for missing structure? Consider a manager who earns a promotion because she can solve problems. Her salary rises, her visibility increases, and more people depend on her judgment. But the habits that made her excellent as an individual contributor do not automatically make her effective at delegation. She keeps every decision, reviews details, and becomes the bottleneck inside the opportunity she wanted. No mystery caused this strain. Her responsibility expanded before her operating structure did. The wiser response is not to reject advancement or work endlessly. It is to build rules, support, and boundaries that allow increased value to move through stronger systems. Consider a restaurant owner whose first location thrives. Customers ask for another neighborhood. Investors express interest. And the second lease suggests success should be doubled. Yet the kitchen depends on one chef. Purchasing lives in the owner's memory, and cash reporting arrives weeks late. Opening another site may look like expansion, but it can reproduce every hidden weakness at twice the cost. The number pattern does not predict failure. It helps frame the decision around maturation. Demand is real, but readiness includes staffing depth, repeatable training, supplier resilience, and clear cash visibility. Growth becomes sustainable when capacity grows beside ambition. Consider a household that receives a bonus after months of financial pressure. Relief arrives, and the temptation is to upgrade the car, increase subscriptions, promise travel, and treat temporary income as permanent capacity. The money is real, but so are taxes, repairs, debt, and uncertain earnings. A mature wealth response does not deny pleasure. It separates celebration from obligation. Part of the bonus can restore reserves. Part can reduce pressure. And part can be enjoyed without turning one strong month into years of fixed costs. This is why tension may rise. More is asking for better stewardship, not bigger spending. Use this threshold to audit the container, not worship the opportunity. Look at cash reserves, delivery systems, time commitments, decision rights, and the promises already attached to your income. Notice where growth depends on memory, urgency, or your constant presence. Choose one pressure point that would become dangerous if demand doubled. Then strengthen it before adding more. You might document a process, simplify an offer, renegotiate a deadline, build a reserve, or decline a commitment that exceeds present capacity. Numerology becomes practical when the symbol returns you to measurement. The point is not smaller ambition. The point is stronger support. Then give yourself permission to expand in stages. Let the first increase. Test the system before the next increase arrives. Track what becomes fragile when volume rises. Protect margins instead of using revenue as proof. Leave room for taxes, mistakes, delays, maintenance, and recovery from ordinary business friction. This approach may feel slower than dramatic expansion, but it creates a different inner posture. You stop treating every opportunity as a verdict on your worth. You begin choosing from clarity rather than scarcity. Wealth becomes less about appearing larger and more about carrying responsibility with calm, trust, precision, and self-respect. On August 8th, 2026, ask yourself, where am I demanding expansion before building the structure that expansion would require? Capacity is the first form of wealth. Share this with someone who is mistaking preparation for failure. And subscribe for more grounded teachings on timing, cycles, and wiser decisions. Continue the deeper exploration in the pattern that runs your life, where effort, resistance, and life phases are examined without prediction or blame. Then explore your personal symbolic timing through the signal for greater personal clarity, using the pathway in the description, or visit www.auriscodex.com.